Hey everybody, welcome to G4G on YouTube. Today we're going to take a look at DC Worlds Collide for the last time on the channel. The reason being is that on their Facebook page, DC Worlds Collide game, all one word on Facebook, they have announced that there is going to be an official closure to the game. So we're not going to see this game anymore. So I figured I would give it some coverage and open up the gifts that they're giving us for the game, as it is going to be slightly reminiscent of the closure of Marvel Avengers Alliance when they basically opened up the doors to the treasure trove. Okay, so we're sorry to let you know that DC Worlds Collide will officially close on September 28th. We've had many unforgettable moments together with all the summoners and the Star Labs. We want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for all their support that you've shown to DC Worlds Collide. So here's the schedule. In-app purchases are now disabled. Players cannot make any more in-app purchases but can continue to use their existing currency until the game goes offline. Also today, DC Worlds Collide will be removed from the App Store and Google Play. For some of us, it was never there to begin with, unless you were in the countries of the beta. And then on September 28th, 2 months from now, it officially closes. They are giving us, as compensation, 50 super encrypted tokens and 20,000 diamonds. I already had just about that amount of diamonds, so now they are doubled for me. So let's go ahead and blow through those encrypted tokens and see what I actually managed to pull. So I'm going to go to mail. You'll see some stuff is already sold out because I've purchased stuff today. I was in it last night, but this is not on the BlueStacks of my main computer, so I'm recording it directly off my tablet. Let's go to the mother box, and you will see up there that I have 56 tokens. So we have the choice of either champion recruitment or limited champions. So let's try and mix them up a little bit. Let's go with the first 10. I'll let the animation play out for this first one, and then I'll be skipping the ones after that. All people I definitely have. Some of my main tunes. Alright, so we've got Frankenstein, Clayface, Freeze, Scarecrow, Black Manta, Cold, Cheetah, and Black Canary. Actually, a good chunk of these are on my main line. Mr. Freeze is up there for me, but only for PvP, thanks to Darth Plato. But Captain Cold and Cheetah are definitely mainstays for me. Frankenstein when I need a green tank, and Black Canary when I need a healer. Don't use Black Manta much. Let's go again. And let's go ahead and skip this, except the skip is behind the controls, so there we go. Bunch of Phantom Strangers, Killer Croc, Freeze, Deadshot, Manta again, Harley, Huntress. Huntress is another main for me. So, nothing particularly fancy so far. There we go. There's an epic. And we're going to skip. So, we got some Zatanna in there, and we have Robin. We also have some regular non-legendaries from Clayface again. Mirror Master, Quinn, Black Canary, and Red Robin. Let's go ahead and burn the last two 10s on regular champion recruitment, because why not? There's nothing to lose. Skipping, we get pretty much bog standard over here. Do another 10. And we pulled Firestorm, one of the people on my list. I will show you why Firestorm is actually on my list, and again, pretty bog standard. So, the reason why he is on my desired list, if we go over to the event center, is because of character fusion for Lex Luthor. So as you can see, I'm 40 Grods away and 40 Firestorms away from fusing Lex, who actually is pretty good if you want shields. I do have Superboy. I fused Grodd just recently before I found out the game was closing. And I had already had Kid Flash. So now I can go ahead and lock in Lex, and we'll see if I get him before the game ends. I could fuse these into a Superboy boost. However, I think I would rather use this ginormous amount of character shards to actually go ahead and boost my epic line. So here it is. As you can see, hovering about 100 to 105 for a lot of my characters. Got a 1 red star Batman, a really good Constantine, and DC's version of Hawkeye, aka Green Arrow. We've got a Raven over here. Jessica the Green Lantern. We've got a Star Sapphire. Blue Canary, who is my original healer. Cheetah, which is my speed tune. Huntress, which is my crit tune. Captain Cold, which is a good tank for me. Mr. Freeze, who's a PvP tank. Frankenstein I use for tanking sometimes. Zatanna I've begun to push as a healer. I never use Superboy. Don't really use Mirror Master. I've dropped Starfire, although I used her quite a bit in the beginning. Penguin is there for some red tanking. And you can pretty much see my line over here. Raven is really good for res when you need it. That's why I've got her up there. As we go down the list, you can see that I haven't done much with my Bizarro. I just pulled Grodd recently. I forgot that I pulled Killer Frost. To be honest, I don't know if she's worth anything. Kid Flash seems to be pretty good when I fight against him. Firestorm, I don't really know if he's got any value. Scarecrow is pretty good for debuffs. Don't really use Red Robin for anything. And then, of course, you've got the generic tunes down here, which I never really knew what the hell these guys were good for. I think Darth mentioned like one of them was decent for mode. Looking around the little hallway map over here, I am getting close to opening the mirror. It's on the way. As a matter of fact, if I come over here and look at the main stages, if I clear the 11s, I open the mirror in 12, and then can go over to the digital universe. And here's the mirror right here in this section, which I need to clear 12:15 to do. I think I'll actually do that before the game is over. So, not really too sure why DC is doing this. They had a post on July 4th saying that they were still trying to fix some issues that are being addressed, and they're trying to discuss and make decisions on pending updates and content planning. They sent out a little bit of compensation over there. Some people in that thread were hoping maybe Aquaman would show up, and just 24 days later they have decided to close up. Can't really tell you why, not really too sure. Again, it's one of these ones like DC Unchained that sits in beta forever and then never really goes anywhere, and it's a shame for Android users who can get into the game around the region locks and begin to enjoy it and then just can't play it anymore. However, similar to the Game by Second Dinner Marvel Snap, because this is a limited beta, those of us in the United States cannot actually commit purchases in the game unless you go through some alternative means like VPNs or accessing the Play Store from a country where it's live, like say an Australian Google Play Store or a Filipino one. If you try to buy in-game right now, it will actually tell you that Google Play is not available in your country to do that. Do I particularly care if this game goes offline or not? It's fun. It is distracting to a small degree. However, it is not a main game for me. And it is the DC universe, which I care considerably less about than Marvel. But it does serve a bit of a purpose. However, the time of night in which I play this game usually also coincides with Marvel Snap and Diablo Immortal. This game, leaving and not caring about this game anymore, does open up some free time at night to focus on the other games that I actually like a bit more. Poor Marvel Duel has sadly fallen by the wayside for me. I want to keep up with it. I really do like Marvel Duel, but Snap is sort of kicked Marvel Duel out of my available time frame and everything. So yeah, that's it, folks. DC Worlds Collide is going, falling into the same fate as some other DC games have gone. DC Legends is still going strong. My old alliance is currently in a raid this week. I still sit on their Discord. Unfortunately, I don't play that game anymore. I decided to back out. I never really spent that much in that game, so there was no real sunk cost fallacy there. But the tunes to keep up, like Black Flash or whoever was the zombie Flash in there were certain tunes that really could make or break the game for you, especially PvP. And while I had them, they weren't super strong. So I was like, okay, I've fallen behind. This game doesn't really mean that much to me anymore. I don't like raids, and raids are the big thing. Trying to maintain top 100, top 150, and everything like that was a unfun struggle. The fact that the raids kept occurring during really bad, awkward periods to dedicate to raiding. Some of the early ones occurred during the height and early parts of COVID, which were tough to maintain. I've had them occur during vacations and house hunting and moves and everything like that. It always just was bad. There was one or two times when they would occur during holidays and I'd be able to devote time, but to maintain a top 100 you need to do something like 70 attacks in the first 2 days and then 50 and 25. 70 attacks. Even trying to click through and do that on automatic is utterly ridiculous. You cannot multitask that much beyond that. I mean, you could have a tablet up and be doing a primary game in that, but I mean, it just was consuming way too much time. I considered it unfun. Raiding is really what killed DC Legends for me. And now DC Worlds Collide is also going by the wayside. DC Unchained, I don't think it's been officially killed, but it's been dead from everybody that I know that plays it. And it unfortunately joins a few Marvel games too, like, at least on mobile, Marvel Avengers Alliance 2, Battle Lines, and a couple of other Marvel games that have been deleted. God, I wish they would get rid of Champions. I cannot stand how greedy Champions is and how much Champions basically glorifies getting duplicates. I hate that game with all of my passion, and the fact that Kabam started cracking down on people who would run it on BlueStacks, and I served something like a 2-week ban because I didn't know it was happening. And I got in one day and I had a 24-hour ban, and then I had like a 72-hour ban, and then I think it was almost 2 weeks. I'm like, what is going on? And I went to Reddit and found that out, that they were banning BlueStacks players. I guess there was maybe too much cheating and everything, but anyway, at least I've got Marvel Future Revolution. That's been kind of fun. Snap has been fun too. So that's it for me, guys. Napalm Dawn is signing off. I think one of the next videos I'll be doing on the channel is the first 15 or 20 minutes or so of the game Stray, and gonna see if I can load up a mod to make the stray cat look like one of my cats. Alright, I'll catch you later, guys. Have a good one.